Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs, 1991. Is this a Wes Craven classic? Yes? No? Let's find out.
Only one way to find out.
When Fool breaks into the home of his family's landlords, he discovers that they have mutilated several boys and kept them imprisoned under stairs. As Fool attempts to flee, he meets their daughter, Alice. Can Fool and Alice escape? And Fool is actually his name in this movie.
Actually, his name is Poindexter, but
His nickname, everyone calls him Fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Poindexter is not a much better name.
Right. There's a reason he goes by a nickname.
Yeah.
Directed by Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street, Shocker, The Last House on the Left, The Hills Have Eyes, Swamp Thing, Brooklyn and Vampire in Brooklyn, Scream 1 through 4,
Yeah.
Summer of Fear with Linda Blair.
I mean, dude, he's...
That was in the mid-'80s.
Yeah, I mean, he's an iconic director.
And writer. He wrote it also.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Also, the king of stealing R ratings.
Of what? Stealing?
Oh, yeah. Wes Craven's probably one of my favorite directors just for that aspect. Like, one of the big things, like Last House on the Left. He actually he pretty much just kept sending the film back until they were desensitized, put a bunch of the stuff back in, and like, okay, it passes.
Right, yeah, that's a gnarly movie.
Oh, yeah. And then same with Scream, he got away with like little to no cuts because he
told him it was a comedy.
Yeah,
right.
And so that's one of those reasons that I personally just like, I love Wes Craven. So between that and just awesome.
Yeah. He then started in the 90s, people would start backing up trucks of money to his house and be like, hey, would you mind putting your name on this?
Oh,
so it'll be Wes Craven Presents kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's some bummers that he presented.
Mind Ripper, I think, was one of them.
Mind Ripper? That's
which originally was supposed to be billed as, I think he worked with that one, or on that one with his son.
It was like his son's only thing.
And it was supposed to be The Hills Have Eyes Part 3, but it just didn't work out that way.
It did not. And it does have Lance Henriksen in it, though.
I mean, I bought it just because it was part of it, the Hills Have Eyes collection.
Oh, okay.
Mind Ripper, I mean.
Right.
Like, yeah.
He did something like a presents, something about it, like it was like a wooden golem or something. I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah.
It was like 93, 94.
You gotta make your money somehow, I get it.
Anywho, it stars Brandon Quinton Adams as Fool. The Sandlot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was like, I know this kid.
Yeah.
The Sandlot. Yeah, I watched it tons when I was a kid.
Same.
Moonwalker. That was the Michael Jackson movie in the 80s.
Okay.
Pretty sure. And The Mighty Ducks.
I watched more of the cartoon than the TV series.
I watched the movie, The Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah, I watched the cartoon more than the movies. I mean,
There was a cartoon?
yeah, they turned them like the Mighty Ducks were actually like superheroes.
That sounds vaguely familiar. Okay.
They had like a golden.
Remember when the
mask.
Anaheim Ducks were the Mighty Ducks when Disney owned them?
I didn't know.
I have one of those jerseys.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, but it's like it was made for me when I was like 12. So
So now
it's
it just
super
sits
small.
there and,
Yeah.
yeah, you could still wear it. It just might look a little.
Sure.
It'd just be a belly shirt, a super belly shirt.
That's back when I played hockey.
Yeah.
Everett McGill as Man, or I guess he'd be Dad or Daddy.
Yeah, he's billed as the man, man, but he, goes by Daddy, or he's referred to as Daddy frequently throughout the film.
Right, by woman.
By woman,
Yeah, but,
also referred to as Mommy.
Everett McGill was best known for Twin Peaks, Heartbreak Ridge.
Oh yeah, he was one of the drill sergeants like Clint Eastwood, or so if I remember right. Yeah,
Right. License to Kill, 007 movie.
Okay. See, I'm also a huge Eastwood film fan.
Oh, okay.
So,
Wendy
was my shit.
Robbie as Woman, or the mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was also in Twin Peaks. The Dentist 2.
Explains why they have such good screen chemistry together, those two.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Dentist 2?
Yeah, with
Corbin Benson.
Yeah, of course, dude. Psych. And then I saw it was, and I was like, what? Okay, yeah. Scene 1 and 2. Oh my gosh. Loved them just because it was such a weird, goofy
Right.
film.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them. Oh, fantastic.
A.J. Langer as Alice. She was in Escape from L.A. Arcade. That was a 90s virtual reality takes over your life kind of movie.
Oh.
Something like that. And a whole ton of TV. And then you were telling me...
She's like a countess now. I think she stopped acting in 2017 and is mostly doing that. Yeah,
I want
looked
to
up
do
just
that.
out of curiosity.
Yeah,
she got
count. That'd be awesome.
right. Marry a lady that's up in line to
Yeah. Oh, that's all I got to do? Okay.
Apparently. That's what
Ving Rhames
Ving freaking Rhames.
as Leroy.
Not Jenkins.
Not Jenkins. Pulp Fiction. Mission Impossible 2. Dawn of the Dead. The 2009 or whatever.
The 2009 remake, yeah. I mean, he was in that. He was in freaking I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Dude, this man's been in so much.
Yeah. He's in a ton of stuff, and he's awesome.
A badass.
Yeah, he does a great job in this one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Cobbs as Grandpa Booker. He looks familiar, right?
Oh, yeah. I've seen him in things and stuff, too.
Night at the Museum.
Yep.
Demolition Man. I still know what you did last summer.
Yep.
That's the second one.
He's been in a number of things. Like, oh, yeah, Bill Cobbs. Also a really good actor.
And yeah, those are the big ones. He's in a ton of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, those
It's
are
one
the
of those
ones-
faces. I know him.
Oh, yeah. Those are the movies that people most likely recognize him from.
Kelly Jo Minter as Ruby Williams. She was in The Lost Boys.
Yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
The Dream Child. Summer School. Those are the big ones I saw.
I can't remember Summer School.
It was one of those 80s college students.
Slasher film?
No, it's not a horror. It's
Oh,
comedy.
oh, then never mind.
Yeah, it's
Wait a second. Yeah, I do remember that one where the teacher was supposed to go out on like vacation, but then they were somehow roped him into doing summer school, and
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, now, if I remember right, this one's hilarious. There's this one scene. It's a PG-13 movie, if I remember right, but they drop an F-bomb in there once where this person curses, and out of nowhere, one of the kids goes, "Watch your fucking mouth!" And everyone's laughing. It turns out one of the kids is a stripper on the side or something.
Yeah, it's one of those and it's the 80s. It's one of those movies.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Honestly, it was a good film. I got a kick out of it. I remember that. I watched it with my mom actually.
And then Sean Whalen
Mom reference.
as Roach.
Yeah.
One of the kids. You know this guy's face?
Oh yeah.
Twister. The thing you do. 3 from Hell. Hatchet 3. I was actually watching Psych today. And he was in an episode of
Yeah,
Psych.
he's an episode of Psych. Recurring character in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of the McPoyle brothers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the big ones. One of the first times I have seen him actually was on It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay.
Not Psych.
Though I always go to Twister. It's my wife's favorite movie, so I watch it a couple times a year.
I've seen it a number of times, but honestly, I don't know. I always say it was more of a comedy because it's like what the rating for, PG-13 for violent and scary weather.
Oh, the new one.
The new one's doesn't even have weather in the rating. The original.
Yeah, it does.
One. It does.
Yeah, Twisters.
Yeah, no.
It says violent and intense. Yeah, it was memed.
No, that was the original Twister.
I thought that was the new one.
No, it was the original. You have it here somewhere, don't you? Oh yeah, right here. Right
okay,
here.
yeah, I do have
We can do this right now.
Okay.
Where is the?
Oh,
Yeah, PG-13, intense depiction of very bad weather.
Wow, that's great. I like it.
That's fantastic. That's one of those ratings. I'm like, that's stupid.
I
as
have multiple
shit.
copies of that movie. I got the Blu-ray. I got 2 versions of the DVD. I think I have it on VHS somewhere.
Little tangent right there, making fun of the rating for Twister.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's good. That's terrible.
Let's dive into The People Under the Stairs.
Yes.
It opens with a tarot card reading. Tarot or Tarot?
Tarot.
Tarot. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, they had that exact discussion, I believe, in the movie Tarot.
Oh, okay.
The new PG-13 horror film.
The kid's family got to pay 3 times the rent or get kicked out because they're late.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing.
No.
3 times the rent?
Yeah, it was some ridiculous, stupid thing.
No, it's for a movie. Yeah.
Plus, they're doing it so they can gentrify the area.
And they're their last family in there, so the landlords own them out.
Yep.
Leroy says he's got a way to get some money.
Yeah. Fool.
Gonna rob the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to crazy mom collecting daughter's dinner dish.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the fork?
Oh, it was no, it wasn't. Didn't cut to that because before that it was they were talking about, it was mommy and daddy sitting there talking, and daddy's sitting there eating some food, and Alice just brings him like a glass of milk, and she doesn't really talk, and yeah.
Oh, I missed that part.
Daddy spits out like pellets of buckshot from his meat.
Oh, okay.
Like
Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just also, he's sitting there, he's like, damn buckshot, and you see just this big old pile of, steel shot. Like,
yeah, I know. Okay, so this is billed as a horror comedy.
I mean, I can see it because
there's some comedic moments in it.
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to move this along.
Yeah. Anyways,
my notes are actually pretty long, so I'm trying to jump
fair.
through them. Gonna rob the landlord. Cut to crazy mom collecting dinner dish from daughter Alice.
Yeah.
Where's the fork?
Where's the fork?
And the girl, it must have dropped. And she's looking, and the creepy hand reaches out from the vent holding the fork. Hands it to her.
It's here. You've been feeding that thing in the walls, haven't you? And then Daddy comes in. I got a headache. And then she's like, you need to teach her a lesson then. And he takes off his
this is
belt.
messed up. This is pretty dang messed up. But Mom says Alice has been feeding the thing. Don't bruise the face.
Yep.
Dude, that's checked up.
And there's kind of some hinted stuff in there where I'm like, that's just fucked up.
Right, yeah, later.
That's 50 Shades of fucked up.
Yeah. Fool rolls up, trying to sell cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's, get the layout. They're scoping the house now.
Yep.
Mom's not buying.
Yeah.
Leroy partner rolls up as the gas guy.
Mm-hmm. Spencer.
Mom and Dad leave.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting on Spencer. Nothing's happening. So they break into the house. Leroy and Fool break in.
Mm-hmm.
Dog attacks Leroy.
Yep.
Fool roaming around. Wait, now, is this where Leroy put Fool out as bait for the dog?
No, that's later.
That's later? Okay.
Yeah, the dog immediately attacks Leroy, so Leroy's sitting there. So Fool, being smart, because he wants to be a doctor, see?
Oh, yeah.
Is like, hey, your mom's hey, you fuzzball, your mom's a cat. And the dog turns on, comes after him, so that's when Fool jumps up, and then they quickly, get him on the door on the other side. Instead of locking the door, they literally just shut it, and then pry in through the metal door real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I know they go through the metal door and
there's a point right here where Fool's roaming around the house for a little too long because I got bored and started shopping for games on Steam.
Oh, so. Yeah. After that, when they finally get secure and the dog, keep the dog from getting in because they wedge the door shut. They split up to go find Spencer and or the gold.
Right.
Gold. Yeah. And so, Fool's just roaming around the house and everything. And I kind of did.
And he's hearing stuff behind the walls and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He finds Spencer's body clutching a gold coin.
It's real.
But Spencer's dead.
Yeah.
And he's all white.
Yeah. And something's been gnawing on his hand.
Yeah. And Fool gets attacked by someone.
Yeah.
Runs up the stairs. The stairs fall out into a slide kind of thing.
Like those old school, cartoony style.
Yeah.
Except for it's real.
Creatures chase him.
But, yeah.
Alice saves him by opening the door. He escapes the creatures.
Shuts it, and Alice is gone.
And Mom and Dad return.
Yeah.
And they see Leroy's van.
And the dog Prince is, they're locked outside. So they break the door open enough for Prince to come and go hunting. And that's when Fool gets left out after touching the doorknob, finding out that it's been electrified.
Yeah, the front doorknob's electrified.
Mm-hmm.
They send the dog in, and then it jumps and attacks Leroy, who's hiding behind the couch. Yeah. Leroy had a crowbar in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't he just whack the dog?
Probably because the crowbar wasn't rubber. You know what I mean? For behind the scenes.
For movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for story's sake.
Yeah, I know.
The crowbar disappears.
Oh, yeah. It does disappear. That's weird. But this part, I did get a little bit of a chuckle out because the dog is sitting there standing at Fool, just staring at Fool, and Fool's just looking. He's like, oh, shit. And that's when Leroy pops his head up huh? And then the dog's like, fuck the boy. I'm going after him.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me.
So the dog's on his arm, and they hold hands and reach the doorknob to shock the dog.
Yeah, and this part I got another kick out because they're doing that. Did you see the dog? The dog seriously sitting there like popping.
Yeah, no, it's a fun scene. It's funny.
Yeah, and when I watched this, Christian was like, "Dude, how'd they get the dog to do that? Like, how'd they train the dog to get in on it like that?
I don't know.
Like that's smart. I know dogs can be smart, but even then, to get that level of like acting out of it, like that out of him, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So Dad has a gun.
Mm-hmm. A big ass gun.
Leroy says that's a big caliber automatic. Mm-hmm. Ever see the holes they tear? What do you think? 45?
Probably like. Oh, do they have? I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah, well, maybe even a 44.
Yeah, could have been anything. Parents flip a switch that locks the house down. Wall kid jumps on Leroy. He jumps away. Dad blows him away.
Yeah, Leroy, run!
They're
fool!
hiding. So Fool and Leroy were hiding.
Right.
And then a creature in the wall or a kid or whatever surprises Leroy. He jumps out.
Shuts the door.
And then
Face
Dad
to
blows
face
him
with
away.
Daddy. Yeah. And Leroy's last words, run, fool. And then they're like, ha ha ha. Like, you hear what he called me? He called you a fool.
Right. They don't know the kid's name.
Yeah, and in this part, I'm sitting here like, that'd be a perfect way if I was going to commit a robbery. I'd have names that were, I'd say everyone goes by code name that could be considered an insult in case they,
Oh, okay.
like bitch or asshole or cotton-headed ninny muggins.
There you go. That's a good one.
I call dibs on cotton-headed ninny muggins.
All right. Parents hear something, and Fool crawls into the vents to hide. He sees Alice and goes that way, finds her. Alice explains that Daddy hates a roach. He's in the walls. Then Dad rolls out in a full gimp suit, shooting the walls.
Yeah.
What? This was surprising. I was like, oh my gosh, he's in a full gimp suit. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell are these people into? I don't judge, but walking around in a gimp suit with a freaking shotgun?
And he's just blowing holes in the walls.
Get out of these walls! Yeah.
That's something I have a question on later.
Yeah.
That will come into play. Police show coming up now. Police show up at the house.
Yeah.
Parents send them on.
Because van was apparently used in liquor store robbery.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not to that point that I'm thinking of. They realize there's a boy in the house. Dog's chasing Fool. Kid straight up punches the dog in the face. Did you see that?
Roach, yeah.
He's trying to shut the door, and he punches the dog in the face and shuts the door.
Oh, yeah. Fool does.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I had to watch it twice. Did he just... Okay, let me see that again.
Scenes.
Let's see. Fool smashes Dad over the head.
Yeah, because Dad sits there and looks up. This, again, comedic scene because he's like, dink!
And then a kid creature in the wall pulls him into the wall.
Roach, he's like, come here!
Pulls Fool into the wall.
And then just grabs him and yanks him and... Oh, yeah. That was good.
Yells he's gonna... Dad yells he's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then the creature kid shoots a slingshot at him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That was a slingshot?
Oh, yeah. Roach. And then runs. And then... So... Daddy sinks 6 prints on him.
Yeah.
And
this was funny too.
The kid, Roach, takes like that stuffed doll and tosses it down to distract Prince, and Prince runs up and grabs it, and Roach pulls a cord. And then freaking Prince just goes for just big
just
old
slides down into the kitchen with a toy in his mouth.
Yeah.
He's
making little
fine.
like noises the entire time. Just like,
oh yeah, that's a good scene.
Oh my gosh. I loved that dog.
Now Roach can't talk.
Yeah.
Because his tongue was cut out.
Because he spoke evil. You're not supposed to see, hear, or speak any evil, according to Alice.
Dad busts in. They throw Fool in the basement with the bodies.
Yep.
Alice is forced to clean the blood of Leroy. Okay, so when like the mom hands her the cleaning stuff and she walks on top of the blood and does a slip and fall, that looked legit.
Yeah.
I wonder if she slipped and fell, and they're like, "Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's keep it."
Just keep, because it did. It
did look planned.
Yeah, it just kind of like, well, I mean, we've all slipped on something like that.
A big bowl of blood? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
blood,
remember.
definitely.
What was that, 2 weeks ago? Yeah.
Last week. Out in Cancun.
Yeah. Fool is chained in the basement. Dad's butchering a body.
Yep.
Mom forces Alice into a burning hot bathtub to clean herself.
Mm-hmm. You ruined the dress I made you.
This scene is over the top.
Yeah.
Like I hit the point where Mom is over the top.
Mom,
Alice is over the
a
top.
bitch.
I'm loving this. Like it's one of those. I think okay, this is one of these movies.
Your dad's a sick mother.
I'm looking. I gotta
Come
look
to
at
think
it.
of it, your mother's a sick mother.
I had to look at this movie a different way.
Yeah.
Rather than a classic Wes Craven horror movie, this is a light-hearted, but taking on like some serious stuff.
Yeah,
I guess.
it was Wes Craven. That's one thing I do give him when he does like those horror. Again, Scream, one of my favorite films of all time. Like as far as Wes Craven goes. Again, it is more horror than it is comedy, but those comedic moments when they hit, they're great.
Right.
Like he does that stuff well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie name drop. I could have killed him, but let the people under the stairs do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I must
Have you
become
ever used
Superman? The Quest for Peace.
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Other than exactly. Yeah. that explains exactly what I was going to say.
That's why they call it that. Mm-hmm.
Roach saves Fool. Roach has been shot and dies.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's yelling at Alice.
Roach gives Fool gold coins and signals like get Alice out of here pretty much as best he can because Roach got no tongue.
Dad's yelling at Alice. Fool rushes in, nut shot.
Oh, Fool's rush in?
Yeah.
Get it?
Gives him a nut shot.
Oh yeah, literally just runs up, dink.
Alice and Fool into the walls.
Some of the fucking scenes of this movie, man.
And then Dad lights the furnace to make it hot or whatever. Sends Dog in. Fool's not running anymore.
Yeah.
Dad stabs the wall and like stabbing around because he knows
With a
Fool
big
is right
ass
there.
bayonet, but most bayonets are actually pretty freaking big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's stabbing through, and he ends up stabbing the dog.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that scene made me a little sad. I mean, I get the dog was a bad guy.
Right.
But
Fool makes his escape.
no animals were harmed in the making of this film. I believe.
Yeah, I didn't look into it. Fool makes his escape, falls into the pond out front, off the second story. Alice, he's trying to get Alice to go with him, and she won't go.
Yeah. Because she's a pussy.
So Kid has
Paradise PD reference.
goes home, and has the gold coins.
Now, Grandpappy's there.
And he says he's got enough to pay rent until the year 2000.
So for 9 years.
And Mama's operation that she needs. And then Grandpa tells him the story of...
They ain't husband and wife.
Yeah.
They brother and sister.
This is so weird.
Yeah, and at that point I'm like... And they're calling each other mommy and daddy.
Right. It gets weird.
I don't call my sister mommy.
This movie is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, as we're talking about it, it's going up.
Yeah, it is. Like, not gonna lie, my rating initially for it was like, we'll get to that. But it was like, I mean, some of the stuff, no joke. I have a coworker who she threatens to beat me, and I tell her, it's like, go ahead, but I still ain't calling you mommy. And she is...
What?
Laura.
I know who you're...
Yeah.
Oh, her. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, what? And she goes to, like... pretend like she's gonna hit me,
Right?
But that's just because I love that reaction. It's funny because I get a kick out of it. But I still ain't calling her mommy.
So Mom and Dad are actually brother and sister. Freaking weird. Kid uses a phone booth. Remember phone booths?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, you've never seen a phone booth?
I'm trying to think of where a phone booth would have been growing up.
I think I've actually used a phone booth once.
I mean, and I'm talking the glass
Yeah.
enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used one once.
I think I went to New York when I was like 13 or something, and I might have seen one. I grew up in California though, and there weren't.
That's because
phone booths.
People would like pee in them.
It would
have sex in them.
Right. That's
Probably
probably
at the
why they
same
didn't
time.
have them.
Just kidding.
They had the phones that just on the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
The Walmart still has one. An old school phone
Yeah.
on the wall.
That's weird. A few places that still like. Seriously,
But
who uses
you know
those
we're in
now?
Wyoming, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's true.
So Fool calls the police on them
Yep. To
And-
report child abuse.
to report, a welfare check, that sort of thing. They check the house, this house should be riddled with shotgun holes in the wall. The police should be like, why are there all these shotgun holes in the wall?
Shotgun holes in the wall. The place is a filthy fucking pigsty. It's not filthy. They keep it relatively tidy, but not. Oh, but they made
It should be riddled with bullet holes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Somehow, some way, they made this thing look like a place from Better Homes and Gardens.
right. And she's serving up tea and coffee and
Tea and
cookies.
cookies and
Yeah.
coffee and, dildos and gimp suits.
And they're not worried about the metal slats or the metal doors. Okay, cool. Like the bars on the windows and like the crisscrossed metal slat things.
I mean, I guess they could have attributed to it's a bad neighborhood. Yeah, because of you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So nothing comes of it. They don't do anything.
Yeah, they find the Alice's room and they're like, "You said you didn't have a kid, not anymore.
Yeah.
The good Lord took her from us."
Yeah, they pull that card.
Yeah,
So Fool is back in the house.
yeah, snuck in at some point.
How'd he get there? Yeah, he just...
Oh,
they don't show us.
There is a little scene where mommy, woman, tells daddy like that she couldn't be by that back door that they couldn't lock or whatever for a while. Like there was a moment when she didn't have eyes on it, so she hopes no one snuck in.
You're right. She does say that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So there, and that's around that time frame. That's when Fool comes out of the cupboards.
And then Dad nabs him, and he's in his gimp outfit.
Oh yeah, because he's going in there, and they're smart enough to use a freaking tape recorder, like an old school big ass tape recorder.
Yeah.
They Home Alone this motherfucker before Home Alone was a thing. Remember Home Alone 2?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He gets away though. Mm-hmm. Fool lets Alice loose of being tied up in the basement.
Yeah. More creepy moments there when Daddy like grabs at his crotch.
Yeah, right here, because he unties her, but she puts her hands back up so she's not seen.
Please let me go. He literally does that.
Yeah.
Like, grabs his crotch.
Weird Daddy grabbing himself because Alice is tied up. I have that written. Yeah, that's really weird.
That I'm pretty sure we could like actually use that as a porno title. Weird Daddy grabbing himself because Alice. Weird Daddy grabbing himself.
Yeah.
I'm Weird Daddy.
And then
Trademarked. No.
Mama comes out the door. Yeah, he kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. All right. He gets caught.
Yeah.
Fool tells Alice that she's not actually their daughter. She's stolen like the other ones.
Yeah. You don't know that. My grandpa told me. My grandpa wouldn't lie to me. Yeah,
Right.
I thought so too. But, they told me all about Santa Claus for years.
And then we see bombs stored around the house. Oh, gee, what's going to happen?
Right?
Like, okay.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
That's not even really
It's
foreshadowing.
not even foreshadowing. It's just, here's what's going to happen. I'm just showing you real quick.
That's foreshowing.
Yeah, it's foreshowing.
Sorry. And I just have a little bone to pick with that one a little later. But it's, yeah. So, yeah. Whole place is rigged to blow.
Fool drops a brick on Daddy.
Yeah. Hilarious.
The kids drop on Mama in the chimney.
Yeah.
Alice fights back against Mama.
Fool jams his fingers up Mama's nose.
Okay, so I have that line there, but I'll get to that when I do my... Okay, so this point, I'm thinking this movie's fun,
Yeah.
but it's about 20 minutes too long.
Yeah. There's a couple scenes where I'm like, you could have clipped it just a bit.
Right. Daddy about to shoot Fool.
Yeah.
Fool's sister comes to the door. I think it's his sister, right?
Yeah, Ruby. I represent the people who have been wrong, and just generally fucked over.
Uh-huh. So that's most people, but okay.
Same.
Yeah. People under the stairs distract him.
Yep.
The community calls her out at the door. All I see is a couple of... Oh.
And that's when Alice drops from the... I hope that wasn't good, but drops from the ceiling right on top of her, grabs her head, and BAM!
Yep.
You knocked that bitch out.
People under the stairs drag Fool into the walls. Fool finds a room full of money.
Money, money, money.
Mama's-
And gold.
Mama's still alive. All the doors lock.
Yeah. By the way, Fool's trick here with the candles and the coin, fucking brilliant.
Oh, yeah. How do you do that?
He,
That would take time
he-
to get them in there without breaking the candle. You know how long that would take?
It'd take a little bit, but he did have time between when Daddy got back down to the basement. But I mean, it's still brilliant. I've never seen anything like that in a movie, and I dig. I applaud the creativity, and
Yeah.
the originality.
No. Yeah, it's
gonna
fun
use
it's a fun scene for a movie.
Yeah,
It makes good movie.
it makes
film.
good television.
Yeah.
Film.
It's good stuff.
Couldn't
If you
use
don't look at the
good
logistics
titties.
of it, yes.
Yeah, logistics. Call back to an Eerie episode.
And Mama's trying to kill Alice, peel on the walls, save Alice, and get Mama.
Yeah, beat her ass up. Mama ends up getting stabbed by Alice.
Yeah.
Fool is in a showdown with Daddy. Daddy has shotgun. Fool has.
I just want to point out here, in this, after she's stabbed, her makeup is really good. Like, the makeup department did a bang-up job on her.
Oh yeah.
She
the
looks...
effects on this film were.
I'll put a shot, and she looks great. Like, the makeup looks really good. Anyways, go on.
But, yeah. So Fool's in a standoff with Daddy. Daddy has shotgun. Fool has the fucking bomb. Like, set up. All he's got to do is touch two wires and just boom. And he's like, I can't wait to blow your ass away, pretty much. So they get into this, and then Fool Punch says, fuck it. Rigs it. Everything blows up. The house with that much TNT. I'm not a demolitions expert. I'm not an explosives expert. Hell, I'm barely an expert at anything. But I can tell you this much. That much, for I don't care how big that house is, like, that should have blown a lot more shit out. And I'm sorry, but I think Fool would have been dead.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, and I think anyone left inside would have been dead.
Yeah, Daddy
And the
dies.
house would have been...
Mama's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay, so the ending scene. This is the most 1991 scene that ever 1991. There's money raining from the sky. There's rap music. Everyone is rich. Monsters from the wall are running down the street.
People the people under the stairs.
The
they're just
scene
kind
is
of singing out,
amazing.
just like, okay, and there's Fool sitting on the steps. Alice sits next to him, and she goes, "How do you feel?" And he goes, "I feel like $1,000,000." Cut to black.
Nice. It's a good movie. You should watch it.
It's like I'm like,
It was too long.
yeah, it's the one complaint.
20 minutes
yeah.
too long. It's an hour 46. Should have been an hour and 26.
Yeah, even if you want to round down to a solid like 90 minutes, you could have done it easily. There was a couple scenes that did drag on a little bit. Specifically, the one where they're just the Fool's just like walking around.
Yeah, that one. I got bored on that. But once I viewed it as the type of movie I think it was going for, instead of a straight horror, it became a lot more fun.
Oh yeah.
So if you go into it with that mindset, it's a lot more fun to watch. It's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie.
If you're looking for
It's not one of Wes Craven's best movies.
Oh no!
I mean,
if you're
not
looking
Wes
for a
Craven.
horror not by a long shot. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, Wes Craven, he's
got some monsters.
Oh yeah. I mean, like without a doubt. But if you're looking for a horror comedy that isn't a parody, I'd strongly recommend this one.
Yeah. And then go watch Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like this is the opposite of what Scream was. Where Scream was more of a horror with comedic elements, I would say this is more of a comedy with horror elements. You know what I mean?
I
think they played a little bit more on the comedy side than the horror side.
I think they were trying to. Not all of it landed.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know, there was some that did.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah. Sure.
You think he
I'll go
was
with that.
white, and if you thought he was white before, you should see him now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm white.
What kind of number are you giving it?
You know, 'cause stacking up to other Wes Craven films,
Right.
I'd give it a 7.5. It's good, you know, for a Wes Craven film. Plus,
Yeah.
again, like, not gonna lie, first, thinking of it as a horror, I was gonna rate it probably like a 6.5. But after talking about it and having like so much fun talking about it because of the comedy elements, it gets another point for.
Well, I'll split you there, and I'll do the 7. So yeah, it's a little above average. It's Wes Craven. You're gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah.
give it a watch. It's totally worth it.
So 7.25. That's actually really good. That's a good, yeah, especially for one of Wes Craven's lesser known, not best, but yeah, it's a good film. I mean, yeah, I'd watch it. Shit, I'd probably even watch it again just to show some people because
Yeah. It'd be a fun party movie.
yeah,
Something like
get a
that.
couple friends over, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fun. That's a good idea.
maybe even like something for like the older kids, like in junior high.
Yeah, because
something.
it's not super. There's
There
not
are
really any
some
jump
scenes.
outs.
There's some mild gore.
Was there?
Oh, I mean, like Ving Rhames' corpse
Oh, yeah. I don't
stuff.
know.
There was like intestines and stuff. I think. Well,
Oh,
there's some
when he's
minor-
butchering the bodies, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's a low R.
It's a low R, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, if you're gonna watch it, like like junior high, probably high school. It's a fun, family friendly, like a grown up family friendly movie.
Yeah.
Don't show it to children, or do. You know what? You're an adult. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
do
not
it,
gonna tell you how
whatever.
to parent. I don't have kids.
Do your thing. Hey. Anywho, so that was Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs. I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Stay tuned next week. I know last week we were talking about doing,
We were going to do Beetlejuice this week.
but next week, due to plans, we'll do We're gonna do, I think, just a side by side Beetlejuice juiced.
We're gonna see the original Beetlejuice, and then we're gonna see Beetlejuice, the sequel, in theaters,
Yes,
and then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna talk about them.
and we're gonna talk about Beetlejuice. Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Damn it.
All right,
Well,
let's end it.
as always, stay demented.
All right.